That makes sense. What do you think of the new RHOA cast? Like Marlo finally has her peach. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I'm excited for Marlo. I mean, she's definitely put in her time. So I think her fans deserve to get to see more of her life. You know, she is a Muntie. She's taking care of her nephews. I think that is so commendable. You know what I'm saying? And you know, her fans after all this time deserve to see, you know, her life outside of just her being a friend on the show. So I'm excited for Marlo.
What do you think of the return of Shereé?
Oh, I love Shereé. I mean, Sheree's been on and off the show for as long as I've been on the show. So I think it's always, I think a little dose of Shereé is always on time, you know, however she comes back as a housewife, as a friend, whatever, you know, this is something about her that just kind of, you know, fits for this, for the franchise for me.
I think so. What about,
Yeah.
you know, because like Nene's been saying that she is kind of ready to like make amends with Andy and just make good, you know, and like last season was off per se, not much at all, like a tiny bit in the ratings. Like, do you think that was because of Nene, or like, do you think Nene's needed back?
Well, you know, Nene's been on and off the show throughout the time that I've been on the show anyway. You know, remember when she left to come out here to Hollywood to pursue her acting career? She had walked away from the show and then she came back as a friend. As a matter of fact, I brought her back, you know, on the Jamaica trip. Remember, I had to keep it a secret and everything. So I don't think any one person is bigger than the show. I think the show is always going to go on. You know what I'm saying? However, I do think that Nene, no one's going to ever argue that she, like, I'll say it in this interview, like I've said it in all the other interviews. When you think of Real Housewives of Atlanta, you think of Nene Leakes, because she was the breakout star then, and she definitely is the one person that comes to mind. If someone had a gun to your head and you didn't watch reality TV all the time, and they said, "Hey, can you name one Real Housewives of Atlanta?" Most people will probably say Nene. So she definitely has earned her respect in that way. She was very instrumental in the success of the show.
I would agree with that. Before we switch gears and talk about Daily Pop, do you know anything about the new housewife, Sanya Richards-Ross, the track star? Do you know her?
I don't. No, I've never met her. She's following me and I follow her and I like her pictures and she likes my pictures. She seems, from what I can tell, she seems like a breath of fresh air. She seems like she's very different from everyone else. She seems like she has class, from what I can tell. From what I can tell from Instagram, she seems cool. I'm excited to see, you know, how she meshes with the group, because I will be watching. I'm excited to watch. You know, well, it's very different when you're on the show and when you're off the show. Like with me being on the show, it's hard to watch because it's your drama, it's your tea, and it's you going back and forth. But when you're off, well, this is my first time being off. I am excited to watch Atlanta, New York, New Jersey, Beverly Hills, all of it now, because I get to just watch as just a regular person with my popcorn and my wine. And it's not about me. It's not about my life. It's not about my man. It's not about my kids, you know?
Well, you have another reason to watch too, because I mean, look, you've already interviewed Giselle, you interviewed Candace Dillard. Like you might be interviewing these people, Cynthia, throughout.
That's true. That's true too. That's true. And I actually do have good relationships with quite a few of the other ladies. You know, I have a great relationship with Karen Huger, who I heard she just got a spinoff. I'm so excited. I hope that's true.
I hope it's true too.
Yeah, I love Karen. She's always just been just super consistent in our friendship, super supportive. You know, we both are older, so I just always connected with Karen. But yeah, you know, I'm really enjoying kind of being on the outside looking in a little bit for now. I'm not saying I would never, ever consider ever going back. I just know for right now, for me, I need a break. I think, you know, 11 years, I just need a minute, and I want to focus on some of these other opportunities. But I've had a great time working with E, actually interviewing some of the housewives. And I look forward to, you know, doing more hosting. That's something that I've been enjoying. And also acting. My little actress life has taken off. I just came back from Vancouver doing shooting a movie for Lifetime, and it was a big part. It was like I was a principal lead in the movie. So I'm excited to, post about that and let you guys know where to catch that. And there's other, like I have recurring roles on other shows. So that seems to be really taken off. I've always had an interest in acting. I started way back on the Cosby Show years ago, but I never really focused on it before. So I say it's never too late. And now, I get to just focus on things that I really, really want to do and I have time to focus on now. But
what do you? Go on. Sorry.
No. I was just saying. I was just wrapping it up with just saying, but I will. I will miss Housewives, just in the fact that it's like if you work anywhere for 11 years, even if you're ready to move on and you're happy to move on, you still miss, I'll miss, some of the cast and, just, the network, and even though I still deal with them sometimes, and the production company, because these people become, your family, your friends. So, but I'm very grateful to have been able to transition so gracefully.
You have. I mean, what do you like? You really have transitioned. This is a whole new, besides the acting, this is a whole new, every time I turn on Daily Pop or, I see you on Mario with Access Hollywood, like, what do you like best about being on the other side and interviewing and kind of like, it's a different skill set. It's not everyone's in position.
Yes, no, it is. And to be honest, I'm still learning. Like it's not like I took a hosting class. They just were like, hey, do you want to co-host? I'm like, yeah. So, and honestly, the first time I did it on EPOP, I forgot that I was like, I'm used to being interviewed. I'm not used to interviewing people.
Yeah.
So like a couple times I was like, oh wait, shit, I'm co-hosting. Let me ask some more questions. Like, because I am not used to being in that seat. I'm used to being the person that they're, want to know their business and, they're getting the tea from me, not like getting other people's tea. So it's kind of fun to flip the script and actually get into other people's business and find out what they have going on. It's just kind of fun to be on the other side of it.
Do you feel that's helped you? Because like you said, 11 years, it's 11 years of people enjoying speaking to you, but people have their ways of getting some tea. I mean, not me, of course, I'm innocent, but and I didn't take a hosting class either. I just figured it out over the past 2 years.
Right.
But I mean, does that help you? Like, do you think back like, oh, okay, I see what those people, like that must help you in interviewing all these people. Like I saw you just.
Oh yeah, it does. It definitely does
Johnson.
Because like, I'm definitely mindful of how I ask questions and how I make people feel when I'm interviewing them. Because to be honest, the best interviews that I've ever done when I was being interviewed was when the person just made me feel comfortable. And if you make me feel comfortable, I'm going to tell you way more than you even ask me, to be honest. So just being respectful and making people feel comfortable, I think is important. That's something that I always appreciate. When I do carpets and stuff out here, I still get asked about Housewives. Now I get asked about Girls Trip all the time. Still get asked about Mike, Noel, whatever I have going on, the Bailey School of Fashion, Bailey School of Fashion, the wine cellar, all
Bailey
kind of
Wine
things.
Center,
And I'm always,
Cellar.
oh yes, I'm always very, I will give you a lot more if I feel like you are coming at me from a respectful, considerate place. You know what I mean? I know sometimes you have to ask the shady questions, but even then there's a way to make me feel when you ask those questions. Because it'd be like, hey, well, I got to ask.